Welcome! So today, we're going to break down an absolutely masterful piece of storytelling. Now, on the surface, it just seems like a simple tale, shared between friends on a cold night, but hiding inside is this really powerful secret about the art of the surprise. Let's dive right in. This feeling right here, this is what kicks the whole thing off. The story opens with this really potent sense of nostalgia, almost melancholy. It's a feeling I think we can all relate to, right? That feeling of going home after a long, long time. It just perfectly sets the emotional stage for the story we're about to hear.
Okay, so picture this. We're in Rochester, Minnesota. It's a chilly night, and you've got this small group of guys gathered around a warm coal stove, just passing the time, sharing stories. You know the vibe. It's this really intimate, classic setting for a good yarn. Now let's look at the cast of characters here, because this is pretty interesting. We've got a plumber, a grocer, a barber, and the colonel. And notice their defining traits. These guys are all gifted storytellers. I mean, the barber could supposedly out-talk the whole bunch. But it's the colonel from Alabama, the one who's just described as quite the talker, who's about to steal the entire show. And this is the question that gets the ball rolling. The colonel just tosses it out there to the group, and it taps right back into that feeling of nostalgia we just talked about. After the other fellas share how long it's been, the colonel uses this as the perfect launchpad for his own, well, unforgettable story. And just like that, the colonel begins. He takes everyone there, and us too, back 15 years to his old hometown in Alabama. So get ready, because he's about to spin a tale that feels like it's all about deep regret and a love that was just lost to the cruelty of time. That's his opening line. I mean, talk about a powerful start, right? It's so romantic, so direct, he sets the stakes immediately. This wasn't just any girl, this was the love of his life. The tone is somber, and his audience is instantly hooked. They think they know exactly what kind of tragic story this is going to be. So, as the colonel tells it, he's walking these old paths he once shared with his love, and the first thing he notices is how little everything has changed. The world around him is frozen. The oak trees look just the same, like a perfect reflection of his memory. And he keeps going, layering in these incredibly specific, heart-wrenching details. The blue flowers, the way she used to weave them into her hair. You see what he's doing? These aren't just descriptions. They're emotional anchors, designed to make this lost love feel so real and to make his sense of longing just palpable. The whole effect is that this place is a time capsule. The sycamores, the poplars, the brook, it's like nature itself decided to preserve this one perfect moment from its past. The setting basically becomes a character in this sad love story. The scene is so unchanged. He feels like if he just stands there long enough, she'll appear. And listen to that description, starry eyes and nut brown curls. He's not just remembering, he's reliving it. And he's making every single person in that room feel the full weight of his supposed heartbreak. So all of this is building to this huge emotional peak. The colonel gets to this special spot, a hollow tree, where he and his love used to leave little notes for each other. This is it. This is the moment where memory is about to collide with a real, physical piece of the past. He kind of muses aloud, talking about the tree like it's this silent keeper of their secrets. This question just dials up the sense of romantic destiny, He's building the suspense, making his listeners lean in, desperate to know what revelation is coming. And there it is, the big moment of discovery. After this whole walk through a landscape of pure memory, he finds something tangible, a physical link to that time so long ago. That simple description, something white, is just packed with anticipation. He pulls out the note, all stained and yellow with age, and reads it. And the words, they're just devastating. He'd asked her to marry him. She'd said yes, and he never got the note. The implication is just crushing. A whole lifetime of happiness vanished because of a simple, cruel twist of fate. And look at the effect this has on his audience. Complete silence. The plumber is literally wiping away tears. Even the tough-as-nails barber is sniffing. These are grown men, and they are deeply, deeply moved. This right here is proof. The colonel is a master. He has them completely in the palm of his hand. But hold on, the story isn't over. Just when it feels like the tragedy is complete, the whole narrative is about to take one last, very sharp turn. What we all think is the end is really just the setup for the real conclusion.
the grocer, who's basically speaking for everyone in the room and for us. He voices that logical, heartbreaking conclusion. He asks the one question that is on everybody's mind, and in doing so, he perfectly sets the Colonel up to deliver the final blow. And there it is, the twist. In a single sentence, the Colonel completely demolishes the tragic world he just spent 10 minutes building. The tone just snaps from sorrow to humor. That epic, lost love story, yeah, it wasn't lost at all. And he doesn't even stop there. He follows it up with this beautifully mundane detail. Not only did they get married, they have 5 kids, and they're all just up at the house, probably waiting for him to get home. In a flash, the grand romantic tragedy is replaced by the charming reality of a totally normal, happy family life. This final line, it's just genius. After dropping this emotional bombshell and then completely flipping it on its head, he just asks for the tobacco. This simple, everyday request shatters any bit of dramatic tension that's left, and it signals, hey, the show's over. Absolutely masterful. So, what on earth did we just witness? Well, it's a classic literary device, and it's called narrative misdirection. It is the art of intentionally leading your audience to believe one thing is happening, building all the emotion and evidence around a false conclusion right before you pull the rug out from under them. So let's break down exactly how he did it. First, he created a setup that we all recognize, right? The story of the one that got away. Second, he built suspense toward the tragic climax we were all expecting. Third, and this is the killer move, he gave us proof in the form of that note, which totally sold us on his false story. And finally, he subverted everything with a simple, mundane truth. It's a perfect 4-step formula. And all this leaves us with a really fascinating question to chew on. I mean, the Colonel could have just told a simple story about his happy marriage, but he didn't. He told a story of heartbreak that turned out to be a story of happiness. It really makes you wonder what actually captures our imagination more. The stories that give us what we expect, or the ones that so masterfully and so delightfully prove us wrong?